A very good day to all of you. This is Rahil Ajani, and today I'll be presenting IGCSE pre-release material, Feb March 2022, Task 3. Now, since Task 3 is a very lengthy task, what I've done is I've divided this task into two parts. This video will present the first part of Task 3, and the second part will follow very soon. Now, if you look at the question of Task 3, they are mentioning at the end of the round, display the name and final score for each player relative to par. The winner is identified, display their name and the winning score. After that, they are mentioning that there are also options that display, and the question continues. But that will form a part of another video. As of now, we are interested in knowing the name of the winner along with the score in relation to par. So, as you had seen in the earlier two videos, I have described what is a par score and how do you calculate the total score for each round, etc., etc. For those who haven't seen the earlier video, it's better to refer to these videos before you get down to referring to video 3. All right, now on your screen, if you remember, we had those three participants, three players, John, Pooja, and Yasmin. And just assume it's a 9-round game, and this is their total score after those 9 holes. So the score for John is 37, for Pooja it's 35, and for Yasmin it's 31. That means John took 37 shots to complete the 9-hole round, Pooja took 35 shots, and Yasmin took 31 shots. So it could be seen that out of this 3, Yasmin is the clear winner because she has taken the least number of shots to complete the round. Now the question mentions to display the name and the final score for each player in relation to the par score. Now, what is a par score? If you want to know that, you'll have to go back to the first video. Now, as seen on the screen, the par score we assume is 35. Now, for John, he has taken 37 shots. That means his score is above the par score. That means his score would be +2, which in golf terminology we'll call as 2 over par. For Pooja, it is a par score because the par score and Pooja score are same. Whereas for Yasmin, it will be called as 4 under par because she took 4 shots less than the par score. So Yasmin would be the winner. Now let's see what is the pseudocode to calculate this and how does the pseudocode decides who is the winner. Now the pseudocode is on your screen. We have taken a for loop which will work 3 times because there are 3 players. Now, what the pseudocode will do is, it is using a conditional statement if total is greater than par. So let's begin with the first player, John. We can see that John has a score of 37 and the par score is 35. So to calculate the net score, if the total score is above the par score, we'll subtract total score from the total score, we subtract the par score so that we get a net score of +2, which is on your screen. Now to output the name of the player, we have used 2 output statements, player name and score. So the player name is John and his score is 2 over par. So we have got the first part, John's details are getting displayed in relation to the par score. Similarly, if you look at the second player now, the second player is Pooja and her score is equal to the par score because Pooja's score is 35 and the par score is also 35. So now when we look at the condition, the first condition is not satisfied because the total score is not greater than par. But now the second condition is satisfied because the total score is equal to the par score. So again, total minus par, that is 35 minus 35, will give you an answer 0, which is again reflected in the array called as net. So you can see Pooja's score is reflecting as a 0. Again, the output, you can see on the screen, the output has changed. The player name is Pooja and her score is equal to the par score, hence the word par. Similarly, if you look at the third player, Yasmin. Now, Yasmin's score is 31. So neither the first condition is satisfied. That means the total score is not greater than the par score. Neither the second condition is satisfied. That means the total and the par score are not equal. So it will automatically go down to the third condition. Now in the third condition, if I do total minus par, so it would do 31 minus 5, which will give me an answer of -4. Now, we can't have a negative answer. The answer should be either over par for a positive answer or under par for a negative answer. That means your answer should be 4 under par. That should be the output for Yasmin. Now, to achieve that, what I have done is, let's have a look first of all. After calculating net, you'll see on your screen that the array net now stores a -4. But on your screen, we want the answer in relation to par. That means your answer should be 4 under par. So to achieve that, I have taken another variable. That variable is called as net1. And what I've done is net1 will be equal to minus net. So your net score is -4. So minus of -4 will give you a +4. So net1 is now storing a +4. So this will help us to get the answer as a positive answer in relation to the par score. Again, if you look at the answer, you can see the answer for Yasmin is 4 under par because I have displayed the answer of net1 and not net. So this will help us to get the correct answers for all the 3 players. So the first part of task 3, where they were asking about the name and the final score for each player in relation to par, is done. Now the next part of the same question says the winner is identified, display their name and the winning score. Now let's see how we have done that. Again, the player names are John, Pooja and Yasmin. This is the pseudocode to find out the player who is the winner. Now this is as good as finding the least score. Now, these were your net scores from the previous slide. Net score of John is 2, Pooja is 0, and Yasmin is -4. This is in relation to their par scores. So what I've done here is that whichever is the first score in the array net, that I'm assuming to be the minimum score. So I'm assuming that the value 2 is the minimum score. So I'm storing 2 in a variable min. And now the loop will work for all the players. And in case if the value of net, in this case, say the value of I is 2. So net I will refer to this player whose score is 0. So if the value in net is less than the value in minimum, which in this case it is because 0 is less than 2. So if that is the case, then I'm trying to find out the index position. Why I'm trying to find out the index position is because the index position will tell me which player is the winner. That means the position of the winner is located at which place inside the array name. So as you can see on the screen, 0 is less than 2. So what would happen is I've taken another variable index which will store the value 2. That means it is storing the index position for the winner. And now my minimum value would also change. As you can see on the screen, it has changed from 2 to the value 0. That means right now my minimum value is 2 and the index position is, my minimum value is 0 and the index position is 2. Again, the program loops. Now the comparison would happen between the next value inside the array net, the value is -4. Now this value would be compared with 0. Again, -4 is less than 0. So the result would be my index position is now storing 3. That means at the third position, it has been able to identify the least value. Now, since there are only 3 players, the loop will ultimately stop. And after this looping event, I have come to a conclusion that index position 3 is the place where the winner is stationed. So it will go to the output. I'll get a message, winner is. Now you can see, obviously the winner is the person with the least score. So, and Yasmin is the winner. So my output would be winner is followed by name index. That means from the name, it will go to the third value because my index is storing a 3. So my third value is Yasmin. So it will display the answer, winner is Yasmin. And what is the score of the winner? Score is, so it will go to the total array, and at the same index, that's index 3, it will display the total as 31. Remember, they had asked us to calculate and display the total and not in relation to the power. Hence, I'm displaying the total. So that's it. On your screen, you can see winner is Yasmin and the score is 31. This completes your one part of task 3, displaying the scores in relation to the power for each player and displaying the winner along with his total score. For the remaining part of task 3, where they're asking us 4 options, I'll be coming up with another video very soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.